So Rockstar did it again. I can't believe we're gonna have another DLC where something like this happens. We have yet another really serious game-breaking glitch right now in GTA Online's new money front DLC that's affecting a lot of people, myself, probably many of you once we start talking about it. If you're running the new businesses, you're gonna wanna hear this because otherwise you're gonna waste hours of your time if not. The issue centers around the heat system tied to each of the 3 new businesses, the car wash, the Higgins helicopter tour business, as well as the smoke on the water dispensary. Under normal conditions and circumstances, as your heat level rises from completing money laundering missions or Mr. Favor work, you're supposed to be able to lower it by doing a heat reduction job, which is either going to be washing cars at the car wash, doing deliveries for the smoke shop, or doing helicopter tours for the helicopter tour business. One mission is meant to bring the bar all the way back down to 0 for that specific business in question, but here's where the problem kicks in. If all 3 of your businesses hit maximum heat, the system can completely break. Even if you go through the correct missions, the heat doesn't go all the way down. You'll get the on-screen message saying it was reduced, but the bar will stay locked at 100%. You won't be able to run money laundering missions, Mr. Favor tasks, or just generally progress the business properly at all. Switching lobbies doesn't fix it either. I tested invite-only sessions, public sessions, even CEO status, nothing worked. The only fix that actually works here is fully closing out your game and restarting the application, and in some cases, you'll have to do this for each business separately. So before you even get close to max heat, make sure you're managing it carefully. Wait until a business is close to full heat, then run a mission to bring it back down. Don't do it once you notice it's already maxed out, because then you'll run into this problem. If you let all 3 hit the cap at the same time, you could end up soft locked out of the entire DLC, and this is something that Rockstar needs to patch ASAP. Now, I will keep you guys updated the moment Rockstar pushes out a hotfix or emergency patch, because let's be real, they probably will, but also at the same time, this should have never made it through QA testing. This isn't some obscure corner case bug here. This is happening to a ton of people, literally most players of the DLC, or every single player of the DLC, if they let their heat meter max out. Now, how does something like this, that's so obvious, slip past Rockstar's internal teams? It's like they launched this DLC update without even running through the core loop more than once. You're telling me that nobody at Rockstar really thought, hey, what happens when all 3 businesses hit max heat? And thought to test what happens there? Like, come on, I get that bugs happen, but especially once everyone else in the world gets their hands on this DLC and starts messing with things in unexpected ways, you know, you can encounter glitches, that's normal, but this is the literal backbone of the DLC. The heat meter, the businesses, that's what I'm talking about, and they're broken out of the gate. Players are getting locked out of the one thing they're supposed to be logging in to grind. And what's worse here is that we've been in the same situation before with past DLCs, where core systems that launch completely broken with that update, and then afterward we get no communication. The community is kind of left to their own vices, scrambling to find some type of workaround. Sometimes, you know, that comes to fruition, sometimes it doesn't. And until Rockstar pulls their act together, I've got you covered, so definitely stick around. I'm gonna walk you through what's going on, how to fix it, and I'll let you know the second that anything changes. Now, I did just get done making the weekly update video on all of the specific weekly update changes, and not, of course, talking about any of the DLC stuff, because we've already gone over a bunch of that with several of the videos so far, but I just collected some safe money and work earnings. That being said, let's jump into a money laundering operation. You can see we're getting very close, actually, to our max heat meter, so I don't want to glitch it out, because I don't want to have to close down the game again today. So I guess first, let's reset it. Let's go to the car wash, clean a vehicle, then we'll do a money laundering operation just to build that heat meter back up. Of course, had this glitch not be happening in game, and if this business actually works as intended normally, you don't have to worry about maxing out the heat meter before you reset it. You should use as much of the heat meter as possible before you do a car wash mission, because that's kind of the pointless part of the business, right? It's not as bad as an arbitrary cooldown where you have to wait 5 minutes, for example, or a couple minutes in between doing tow trucks or something, where it's like enough time to make you want to do a different activity and not hang around twiddling your thumbs for 3 minutes, but it's also something that you still have to do if you want to progress. And so when it comes to washing cars, we just need to go and do this real fast. Of course, you can make it faster with an Oppressor Mark II or something, but let's just reduce the heat meter on this specific business, and then we'll check out the money laundering operations. I really like the money laundering operations, honestly. I'd love to know your guys' opinion on them in the comments section below. So far, the money laundering operations for the car wash are pretty fun. I know players have an issue with one of the missions for the smoke shop, and then one of the helicopter missions for the Higgins Helitours company. But just when it comes to the car wash, I really have no complaints with the money laundering operations themselves. And obviously, you know, at least so far, none of the car washes that I've done have been like ridiculously far away. I guess this one is like not super close, but it's not bad, right? So let's collect the car keys here. This is a really nice Tailgater S as well. I like it. I like it. When this thing gets cleaned up, it's going to be looking good. So let's get over there. So far, I end up crashing the car at least once or twice on the way. I'm going to be very careful this time about it. So I'll speed this up and let's see by the time I get to the car wash if I actually crash or not. I just hit a street sign right at the end. It's so unfortunate. This happens every time. No matter how careful I am, it always glitches out. And you can see entering the car wash sometimes. It's a little bit finicky. You have to angle the car the right way. And then you get the default car wash animation. But one of the things that I was trying to say before that I think I didn't make clear enough was with this, you know, I consider the car washing aspect of the car wash business sort of like, you know, the cooldown that you would get in between doing salvage yard tow truck missions or any of the other cooldowns, right? But I do like this system a little bit better because if you're focusing on this business specifically, it gives you more interaction and immersion in the actual business rather than just making you wait time and, you know, go F off to do some other type of content. For the grinding aspect, it's annoying because you will have to do a car wash every once in a while. Otherwise, you literally can't do the money laundering operations. But for a player who doesn't want to spend much time keeping up with these businesses anyway, because so far from what I'm reading, you either love this DLC with the immersion. I really like the businesses right now as well. Overall, I have to give this DLC a thumbs up compared to giving it a thumbs down. I mean, obviously, I know players want tons of extra things, but I've loved every single update since the agency. I really like the criminal enterprise changes. I really like the drug wars update. San Andreas Mercenaries, I didn't like how they removed the vehicles, but I liked doing the LSA operations. I found those missions to be really fun. The storyline I don't really play because I don't really make enough money anyway, and it is what it is, right? And then, of course, I really like the Chop Shop. I really like Bottom Dollar Bounties, and I really liked the Agents of Sabotage DLC. I would say I like this DLC overall too, but this glitch with the heat meter is a problem. So if you're just looking on grinding this business, honestly, it may not even be affecting you that much because that means just every once in a while you're going to come back to this business, do a money laundering operation, collect money from the wall safe. And so every, like, what, 6th, 7th visit to the car wash, that's when you'll have to actually do a car wash mission itself. That won't really be affecting the grinders all that much. But if you're constantly running this business, constantly getting messed up by the heat meter is going to be annoying for those players, and also just dealing with the car washes over and over and over just to reduce the heat meter just because you're playing the mission so much. What is up with that guy's hairstyle? Oh my god, it's glitching through. Oh, that guy looks terrible. Like that NPC looks awful. But yeah, if you're focusing on the business itself, then it may not be the most optimal thing. So with the car wash right there, you know, we got our payment. Let's go change sessions just to see if that reset our heat meter for the car wash. If so, then we can do a money laundering operation just to fly through it and just see what happens. Okay, and there we go. We're back. Our heat meter has reset, which is awesome. So I guess with that said, let's log onto the computer, do a money laundering operation, and let's hope we get a good one. Money laundering, let's go. Cool, let's steal the rival's stash at Del Perro. This is going to be fun. Of course, I have to drive over there in my Ubermax Sentinel GTS. Man, I've been really loving this car, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments if you like BMWs, if you like this specific vehicle in general. I would love to drive the Ubermax Cypher in the game more, but I just honestly like the body style of it, the size of it. It's kind of like a tinier vehicle, right? So it never really scratched that BMW itch for me, but this one really does. Ultimately, I'd love an E92 M3 in the game, but I'll take a G80 M3. This is just overall, like, this is one of BMW's largest M3s they ever made, right? Because this thing is almost the size, I don't want to exaggerate and be crazy, but I would say as M3s go, the G80 is as close in size to the F10 M5 is, as close as you'll ever get with an M3. There's not really an M3 or any 3 Series BMW that gets close to a 5 Series BMW as the G80 M3. This thing is massive. So that being said, let's go open up the trunk of the Emperor and see what's going on here, because I actually haven't done one of these just yet. So we need to go open up this trunk and give me those supplies. Collect the equipment. Where do we gotta go? Do we have to go far, or are we kind of close by? Okay, yeah, the destination is close by. I knew we had to blow this place up. It's not the Molotov mission, but I never had that spawn just yet, and I also was wondering exactly where I needed to go with these explosives themselves, because sometimes, like, the destination's further away. This one's actually not too bad. Let's see, are they gonna get alerted right away to me? Probably once I pull out this gun, yeah. Alright, let's just start taking everyone out using that trusty old carbine rifle Mark II. I love this thing, man. I love the service carbine, but I really love this M4 as well. I mean, I wish it actually looked a little bit more like an M4, but you know what? I'll take it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's break into that rival operation here. Y'all are gonna pay for what you've done, which, I mean, I don't even think you've done anything to me personally, but I have to take your money. Can I blow up this forklift? I don't think so. Okay. Oh my god, can you aim at this guy? Jesus. Okay, here we go. So, let's open up the washing machine. Take this money. I like this. We haven't had a mission get added to the game where we steal money out of a washing machine since the Cluck and Bell farm raid, right? With that first mission that you do. So it's been, you know, a little bit over a year. I like this mechanic a lot. It's fun to actually take literal dollar bills out of a washing machine. And I get to do it again in GTA. So I am happy with that. But anyways, probably don't need to watch this. Let's just speed this part up. And if we have some more enemies to fight on the way, you will see. Last washing machine. Let's get her done. Cool, we stole that. Can I hop up over this? No, I'm gonna need to run up the stairs. All right, let's plant the charges. We only have 2. Are there any of these variants where you have 3, like the security contracts? Is it the, yeah, it's the liquidized assets, right? It's not asset protection. Yeah, it's liquidized assets where you have 3 satchel charges to plant. We only have 2 for this one, so that is what it is. Let's run out. Let's exit this operation and see how many enemies chase us on the way back. Because you usually get a couple waves of reinforcements, but again, with this exact specific variant of this mission, I'm actually not sure. Because it could be none. Who knows? I love that. No audio of that explosion. It appears we're going to need to lose the police, though. But I can do that while we make our way back to the car wash. Oh, there we go. There's some enemies that are chasing me. I wonder, can I dip? Can I ditch them? Oh. I'm probably able to get far enough away. In fact, I'm going to go this way. Oh, the cops see me anyways. All right, I'm going to go lose the wanted level, and I'll see you back at the car wash. There we go. We lost the cops right as I approached the garage, which is awesome right there. So we delivered the cash. Give me my money. Now, of course, we don't make that 70K right away. We do need to wait just a little bit for that cash to get laundered through the car wash. Raph is gonna do his cook in the books magic. He's actually not here right now, but he will do his magic, and then we'll be able to collect that bag here. But you can see the heat meter has increased. As long as you don't let that max out, then you're not gonna run into the issue we've been talking about in this video. That being said, I wouldn't push it past that last notch before you completely max out the full bar, right? Just to be safe. I mean, it's not the end of the world because you just need to reset your game for it to fix it, but you're going to need to do the car wash mission anyway after that. So you might as well just get it done before it maxes out and not force yourself to have to close the game, right? Because that's just redundant. So yeah, there you go. Anyways, Rockstar's got to get on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Twitch.tv/hazardous HDTV for daily GTA Online money farming and money grinding live streams. YouTube Shorts and TikToks for daily short form rapid fire tips, tricks, news, tutorials, guides, leaks, updates, information, guides, and more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.